motion banks back. Back to throw is Dillon. Has some time. Sept throws to the back of the end zone. Caught. Touchdown, Nebraska. He finds Jamal Banks for 6 points. Huskers have the lead in West Lafayette.
You want it?
Yeah, well, I mean, he's always open. But Jamal just, he ran his route, and I found him, and he made a play.
Gets the handoff from the jet motion to the 20, 15, 10, 5. Touchdown, Ja'Cory Barney around the left edge. And Nebraska scores on the third straight possession.
We talked about forgiving ourselves, learning to learn from the past, but let it go. You know what I'm saying? No worry, no stress. And just, remain poised, keep our composure.
Card back to throw. There's a flag on the play. Hudson steps, throws, pass intercepted. Picked off. Bullock to the 25, 15, 10, 5. Touchdown, Nebraska. John Bullock with a pick 6.
I mean, we're still a good team. We are. We just got to play like it.
It might not be for everybody, but we are just a growing team. People can spend all their time trying to think what we're not. I choose to see what we are. We're getting a little bit better in different areas. We went on the road, a devastating loss last week, and we found a way to win. And I couldn't be prouder. It wasn't the best football. We have a lot to fix, but I'm proud of the heart of that team.
Those are the high-V sounds of the game following the Huskers' 28-10 win at Purdue. Huskers back in the win column in their first road trip of the season. And Coach, you said you were really, really proud of this team following this win.
Yeah, it was a tough week last week. Then you had to regroup, take care of some injured guys. Have some guys step up and go on the road and face a team that we knew would be dangerous, that we knew would come out ready to play. Coming back home after 2 tough losses, and the guys didn't panic at halftime. They found a way to just keep playing and winning the game going away.
Winning's never easy. Winning on the road's even less easier than that. What does it do for a football team when you guys can rally together and win on the road?
I think it's to me it's just about teaching lessons, right? Teaching the guys that it's never panic. Just keep playing. In the end, we scored a bunch of points in a real quick amount of time. So just keep playing. Just keep knocking the ball back across the net. And the physicality that you played with in the first half, ends up paying off in the fourth quarter.
So makes it the travel back a lot more enjoyable, right?
No doubt.
All right, coming up next, we're going to take a look at the first half action from this one. Keep it here on the Husker Football Show, presented by Ludaka Wealth Partners. Welcome back to the Husker Football Show, presented by Ludaka Wealth Partners. Well, Purdue wins the toss. They defer to the second half, so we're going to see your offense out first. Coach, what did you think about the grass, the playing surface?
Oh, I loved it. It was it felt like nature. Felt like high school football, and it was really a beautiful surface. Held up well with the weather.
So that we saw Ja'Cory Barney there. Your offense would punt there on the first possession. Sierra Wright in the coverage. What did you like about him and his first start here?
Yeah, we thought Tommy'd be able to go. Got to warm-ups, just wasn't quite able to push off the way he wanted. Sierra was ready, and I thought he played really well.
More Ja'Cory Barney. This would lead to a 42 field goal attempt and just missed by John Rhule.
Yeah, we gave him a shot, put it down. Just unfortunately kicked it well, but just not straight enough.
All right, so here is Purdue driving here, and I believe it's going to be a sack here. James Williams on this one, the sack man getting in on the action and forced a field goal, and they missed a field goal here.
Yeah, it wasn't a great day for kicking, but again, important for us that we were able to hold them down there and keep them scoreless. Your
offense really moved the ball well in the first half, and Dillon getting it going to multiple receivers. And again, Ja'Cory Barney had a big day on the ground. He led your team in rushing on the day. How hard is that to defend with him?
Yeah, well, we knew that they're a big, powerful defense inside. They have so we knew we had to get the ball on the perimeter, and Ja'Cory and eventually Jalen, they really helped in that regard.
So here's a touchdown that gets called back. This was a big play in the game, and you had talked about you wanted to get more clarification. What did you learn? Did you learn anything else about that?
No, it wasn't a penalty. Just they missed the call, and it is what it is. It's a tough job, and our guys executed it perfectly, and just didn't work out for us.
Pass interference, Dillon was able to recognize a lot of that. How good is he at that, at recognizing when he can take advantage of that?
Yeah, I think he sees the one-on-one, he's going to take it, and he took a lot of one-on-one shots, and we were able to get some pass interferences because they just hit us before we got there.
So you saw the block field goal there. Issues there that you saw once you watched the film?
Yeah, just bad snaps. I mean, it wasn't really the protection. It was just the balls were on the ground. Buccini really was one of the MVPs of the day. I mean, put 3 balls down inside the 10. One should have been downed. Made 2 tackles, unfortunately, on those block kicks, and was able to get the ball down at least to be kicked.
We saw the Purdue touchdown. It did get called back due to a penalty. And then we're going to see a big, heavy dose of Thomas Fidone here.
Yeah, Tom was getting open, making tight contested catches, and Dylan's really getting the ball to everybody.
So late in the second half here, your offense is driving again, and third down conversions, I know you had mentioned was an issue. What were the issues there, not being able to convert on third down? We had
a 3rd and 1 and a 4th and 1 where we had false starts on, so just obviously penalties really hurt us, and then I think we're 1 for 5, or 0 for 5 in the first half, so we were able to avoid third down in the second half by just getting them on 1st and 2nd downs, but just not nearly good enough.
Ty Robinson in on the action with a sack there. And then again here late in the second quarter, your offense has done a really good job and so far throughout the season moving late in the first half.
Yeah, we have a bunch of dynamic playmakers, and kind of playing in 2 minutes allows us to play with some tempo, slows the defense down, and Dylan was able to find the guys who were open.
So again, moving the ball here, going to get a chance to kick a field goal. Believe here late in the second half. Yeah, here we go. And again, another missed opportunity here.
Yeah, bad snap. Bushini gets it down, and thank goodness he runs and makes that tackle there.
So 0-0 at the half, and despite the scoreboard, it really seemed like your team was in total control there in the first half, even though they didn't have the points to show for it.
Yeah, I mean, the defense played really well. Offensively, I think we had 210 yards or 208 yards of offense on like 27 plays. So we were moving the ball, but to your point, we were 0 for 2 in the red zone and didn't win third down. So they made the plays they needed to make to keep it a close game.
All right, coming up next, we're going to take a look at the second half action here on our Husker Football Show. That was a look at the Ide Bailey inside the numbers. All right, picking things up here in the third quarter. No score. Purdue is going to get the ball first here and going to end up putting points on the board. But, overall, how do you like the way your defense played? You talk about maybe some leaky yardage here again, but overall improvement there, right?
Yeah, I thought, we held them to 52 yards rushing. They obviously got the ball moving on this drive. Got a couple third manageables they were able to convert, but made the stop on 3rd and 2 to get them to 4th and 2, and it made him kick the field goal. So
Purdue on the board first with the field goal there, 3-0, and here comes your offense. And Emmett Johnson and Dante Dowdell both involved on this drive. A little thunder and lightning action. You like the 1-2 punch with them?
Yeah, those. We're playing with a little bit of tempo. They get tired, so I think rotating them and each guy does certain plays better. And I thought this is an excellent play call, excellent execution by the guys. Just to kind of high-low them on the goal line, and Dylan's able to find Jamal here.
What's allowed Jamal Banks to have the back-to-back games that he's had?
He's always where he's supposed to be. I mean, if with a quarterback like Dylan, if you're where you're supposed to be, if the coverage allows it, you're going to get the ball. And so, and I think we have some unselfish guys. Ja'Cory Barney's out there running guys off, running 50 yards down the field, and that's allowing Jamal and those guys to get open in the intermediate zones.
Saw a big run there by Emmett Johnson. How good is his vision this year?
Emmett played really well. He's been chomping at the bit, biding his time, and great block here by Barrett Liebentritt, and we get in the end zone.
Dante Dowdell into the end zone here, and Huskers going to go to a run here that scored 28 different points. I did want to ask you about the 8 different receivers. How important is that to spread the ball around for your offense?
Yeah, it's kind of I said it on the radio show the other night. We're just kind of calling plays that we think could work for us, these coverages, and letting the ball go where it's supposed to be. And we have a lot of guys who are explosive, and we trust them all to just go make plays.
We saw Dante Dowdell, we saw Emmett Johnson, there was Ramir Johnson, we saw Gabe Irvin. How nice is that to have all these different running backs too that you can rely on?
Yeah, they all do different things, at different levels, and so getting them all involved. Great block here by Alex Bullock. He takes 2, and Ja'Cory's able to go down the end zone, get in the end zone.
He is fun. He's fun to watch play. He's fun to talk to. He's pretty special.
Yeah, he plays with joy and passion, and he's on the punt block team. He's on the kickoff return team. He's running routes, blocking for guys. He just plays hard.
So 28 straight points, and then how about this? This was a highlight of the day. John Bullock with a pick six, your third defensive scorer of the season. And Marquise Buford told me after the game, no one more deserving than John Bullock.
Yeah, and then John kept trusting the coaching, trying to get into that window. Finally got into the window and picked the ball off.
5 sacks by your defense. Lots of tackles for loss too. This is a drive here. They do get a touchdown here, but you got a lot of different guys that they got on the field too in this one.
Yeah, it was good that we were able to get some guys able to play. Disappointed that they were able to get in the end zone, but these are valuable reps for those players. And then came out, Heinrich was able to kind of end the game with a first down rushing.
So 28-10 going to be your final of this one as the Huskers get back into the win column here. Again, just the way that your team really got it going in the second half. How important was that, and for the offense to really find some rhythm and get some points on the board? Yeah,
there's valuable lessons to learn from it. In terms of, we had the same amount of yards in the first half as we did in the second half, but just a couple key things. Defensively, I thought they weathered the storm. Special teams, we have some areas to improve upon, but I thought Buschini was really, really a bright spot. So it's like every week, win or lose, we're just trying to improve. We look at what we need to improve upon and try to get ready to go play Ruckers this week.
In 28-10, the final Huskers moved to 4-1 on the season. Coming up next, we've got this week's Corn Husker Conversation. I sit down with Elliot Brown. Keep it here. Welcome back to the Husker Football Show. It's time for this week's Corn Husker Conversation presented by Woodhouse. This week I got a chance to sit down with junior wide receiver Elliot Brown. This week we're sitting down with Elliot Brown, a wide receiver, but really a do-it-all kind of guy for this Nebraska football program. Thanks so much for being here with us this week.
Oh, thank you. I'm happy I get to do this and hang out and talk with you.
Awesome. Well, we can't wait to get to know you a little bit, but we have seen you and talked about you on the broadcast and how you are kind of in a coach's role on the sideline a little bit. You wear the headset. You're basically like coaching up the wide receivers because Garrett McGuire's in the booth. What's that been like for you, taking on that role and helping out on the sideline?
We got a system worked out where we flow, we got everything, so I'm not missing anything, but I enjoyed a lot being able to work with these receivers, some of these young guys, even some of the new guys like Jamal and Nair. Like, they're new, they're older just like me, so being able to work with them and share insights about how we're seeing the defense and how we're reading DBs and all that sort of stuff, and then obviously relaying it to Coach G up in the box. It's been really fun. I'm very blessed to be able to be the position I'm in, and hopefully we just keep on rolling.
Why did you want to take on this role? You could have said, nah, I think I'll just, do my thing playing football or whatever it might be. Why were you okay in stepping into this role? It
just kind of happened one day, practice, helping signal, and then they're like, all right, like, you're up, like, let's go. And I was like, all right, sounds good. And in my mind, it was whatever I can do to help the team win.
Being that you've been here for so long and you've been able to really be embedded with this coaching staff and understand, their direction, what is it about Coach Rhule and his vision that you guys have bought into it, you believe in it, that you think it's going to work here?
It's just like you look at who they are as people and you can kind of really attach yourself to them. It's not just about, football. It's they want to make you a better person, a better man, a better father. He talks about it all the time. It's like, yes, we do tough things because we want to win on Saturday, but when you get out of here and you go, whether it's you're working at a job, you're owning your own business, or you're just a father, things are going to be tough. That's how life goes. And so he really prepares you for that stuff outside of football, along with making you a winner in this sport.
Going back to high school, and you mentioned you were a quarterback, and I know that you had other opportunities to go play elsewhere. Why did you want to come here and come to Nebraska and walk on? Why was that the path for you?
It's always been my dream. My dad played here back in the day, so I grew up coming to games, I was just a kid. I loved coming to the stadium, like watching the games, and it was just I always dreamed of being on the field myself. And so when the opportunity came where I had this shot to come and live out my dream, I knew I wanted to take it. And then the other part is like how we were just talking about, there's a bigger path for me. There's something more to this. For me, it's not just football, even though that is so important. It's everything else that I'm able to do. Host my own football youth camps, go around to schools in Nebraska and talk to kids. Just the platform that Nebraska gives you as an athlete, I wanted to be able to use that to the best of my ability. And so I had the opportunity and I knew I wanted to take it.
He's a legacy, he's a local kid, and he does a lot for you guys. He's wearing the headset on the sideline. How important is his role within this program?
Yeah, I mean, he was unanimously voted to the Leadership Council by the receivers. So I think they respect his work ethic, his character, his leadership. He's a central part of our game day operation. He can go in and play on special teams, play on offense. So he's really a triple threat.
Elliot talked about his time working with Gus Felder in the player development program. How important is that program for your culture and just overall what you want to implement here in Nebraska?
Well, I think we want our guys to be well-rounded, right? We want them to be more than just football players. And so really, Gus and our player development program assists them with their transition into college, their transition out of college, and really while they're here, making sure that they're emotionally, mentally, the best that they can be, and giving back to the community. Doing things outside of maybe their comfort zone. And Gus does a great job, and Elliot was a great help to him.
Great stuff there. All right, we got to take a break here on the Husker Football Show, but coming up next, we got final thoughts from Coach Rhule. Welcome back. Final segment here of the Husker Football Show, presented by Ludaka Wealth Partners. Well, Huskers back at home, back inside Memorial Stadium, a 3 o'clock kick against Ruckers. It's homecoming. Ruckers 3-0. You guys both receiving votes in the top 25. Tell us what are the keys in this matchup?
Well, they have an excellent defense. They're very physical. They play as hard as any team in the country. Great running game. The back Manungai's as good a back as there is in the Big Ten. Kelly McManus transferred, the quarterback from Minnesota, so they don't beat themselves. They're really a tough team. And
being back at home, I know you guys go on the road for the first time, but get to come back at home. How exciting is that?
Oh, I think it's great when we can play in front of our family and friends and fans. And I mean, it's a home game in Memorial Stadium. Doesn't get much better than that.
And just again, approaching this week, I know you go 1-0, but have you liked the way your guys continue to build each week and getting better each week?
Yeah, I think every week presents new challenges. We try to address them each week, but the guys, they rebounded last week, and now they have to, they have this team coming in that's a really good team. So it'll be a great test.
All right, Coach, thanks for your time.
Thank you.
All right, we'll be back next week here on the Husker Football Show, presented by Ludaka Wealth Partners. Thanks for watching.